Hi, it's Tara Green, and it is July the 2nd already. So I'm just going to go into a bit of depth here about the energy that's going on, actually, that started June the 30th with some, all that alarming Bill Cosby and Britney Spears kind of slap in your face, courtesy of Mars and Leo opposite Saturn in Aquarius, squaring Uranus in Taurus at 12 to 13 degrees. So here on the 2nd, we can see now Mars and Leo trining Chiron in Aries. So we are feeling very wounded, very vulnerable. It was just Canada's birthday, and Canada's did not celebrate Canada because of all the Indigenous children being killed. So we are definitely feeling the wounds of the past, the wounds of being a warrior. Mars and Leo is very passionate, very strong-willed, very leadership-oriented, very much, the passion of the heart. Okay, courage, daring, strength in the tarot. So we're feeling pretty fired up here because the moon is in Aries, sextiling Mercury in Gemini. Mercury is at home in Gemini. So we're really going to speak the truth and talk about the truth and debate the truth and maybe get very hot and passionate about what's the truth and probably pretty angry too with Mars and Leo. But Saturn in Aquarius is always the limit. So I think people have, what I've been feeling all along is people kind of overestimate Aquarius as being this very positive revolutionary sign. It is that, but it's also traditionally ruled by Saturn, and so Saturn is in its strength in Aquarius, and it's always limitations. So Saturn represents the patriarchy, the old boys club, so you can see there's still the pullback, the old boys still asserting their power, and basically to try to make everybody feel helpless. That's what I'm feeling like is really going on now. So you have to really get strong to combat the beating that everybody's getting, the beating of your hearts. Bill Cosby being let off on a technicality after raping and drugging 60 women, testimony. I mean, really. And then Britney Spears not being able to get freedom. So they're really, I think, pummeling everybody. It really is a big boxing match here. So Moon in Aries squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Again, that's 9:15 p.m. That's Pacific Daylight Time. The moon is void, of course, from the 2nd tomorrow. So again, moon is the mood of the people. Angry, impulsive, no patience, impatient, like we waited long enough. So what are people waiting for? To start protesting in the streets? Because remember, Mars opposite Saturn is T-squaring Uranus and Taurus. That's where the revolution is happening. People have to get off their comfy couches. They have to stop thinking about just their comfort first, their comfort needs, their sensuality, the material world. That's not really what it's all about. Okay, so Pluto working in the unconscious. So pay attention to your dreams tonight. And then on the 3rd, again, that aspect repeats. You can see as we're moving down here, the aspect repeats on the 3rd. I'm going to see if I can move in a little bit more there. Okay, and then, so then the moon enters Taurus. So the moon entering Taurus changes the mood, and it's really important to feel how much the present state of where the moon is moving through really affects you. So the moon moving from fiery, impulsive, speedy areas down into grounded, throat chakra, listening to your gut instincts, really slowing down and smelling the roses. Yes, and being the couch potato and living in the Garden of Eden, really enjoying all the sensual pleasures. The moon will stay in Taurus all weekend. So, really revel in your 6th senses and enjoy just being here in the material plane, okay? The moon sextiles Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter in Pisces has been accentuating all our psychic energies, making us more compassionate, making us feel kind of lost and maybe tired because Jupiter's in Pisces expands that Pisces kind of lethargy, or kind of just wanting to be introverted and sitting behind the scenes and just kind of taking it all in by reflecting like the moon. So if your dreams have been off the walls, I would really credit Jupiter and Pisces to that. So this is really doing something spiritual or beautiful. Taurus is ruled by Venus, expanding beauty, accentuating beauty in nature especially. And then the Sun in Cancer in conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. So again, these in conjuncts planets are 150 degrees apart, and they literally, these elements, water and air, don't see each other because of the placements of the signs. So it's like looking through the rear view mirror, but I can't see what's coming at me. So the Sun in Cancer wants to nurture, wants to be with family, wants to hug, wants to give everybody chicken soup of the soul, comfort and, food and comfort food and, you know, kind of just feeling peaceful and calm and safe emotionally, and because normally it's a big emotional roller coaster with the Sun in Cancer. And then Saturn Aquarius can be very cold, very clinical, very just the facts, ma'am, you know, like all business, kind of steely, surgical, you know, that's one of the sides of Aquarius, right? So that kind of cool-headed, you know, maturity, or acting like you're performing a role, or, you know, I have to do this because that's what has to be done, doesn't fit with this feminine, emotional, nurturing, emotionally, you know, kind of wearing your heart on the sleeve all the time. And then Mars squares Uranus. Okay, so here's where the energy that was triggered on the 30th comes more to a head, bang on. Mars is at 13 degrees now, squaring Uranus and Taurus. So this is where the passion is going to get taken to the streets. I think that, you know, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore, from that old movie, what was it called? With Faye Dunaway, television? Network. I should see that movie again. It's actually very political. So Mars and Leo, again, passion, pumping, partying, crazy things are going to happen with Uranus and Taurus, crazy unexpected things. You can see what happened already, so it's like you're not going to know what's going to hit you. So I definitely try to figure out some kind of strengthening exercises, strengthening your heart, strengthening your courage, strengthening your ability to, you know, change. Like you're a big cosmic server here. I'm going to have to change and adapt moment to moment. You know, Uranus and Taurus rules cryptocurrencies. It rules the bull market. So I know the market's not open over this holiday weekend, but, you know, it is in the other parts of the world. So things can be quite unexpected, unpredictable, chaotic, revolutionary, freedom-loving, and, you know, you need space in your relationships. You need space to kind of get in touch with what your heart really wants. So do everything different. Do everything different that you normally do. Then the moon in Taurus squares Venus in Leo. That's at night. That's in Pacific Daylight Time, which is quite romantic. Venus rules Taurus, so the two are in what they call, you know, kind of a mutual reception in a way. Venus governs Taurus, so again, singing, creativity, passion, romance. You know, it's nice to go tangoing, dancing on the porch, and then by the water, you know, all of that. Very romantic, idealistic, quite beautiful, lovely, good time to get together with people, enjoy the finer things in life, you know, nice wine, nice food, beautiful everything, you know, really a chance to just revel in the senses. That's fine. Okay, I've got a little note here saying Venus is connected to the Beehive cluster stars in Cancer. Okay, so now moving down the page, excuse my scribbles there. Okay, now we're on to July the 4th. Now, I am going to do a separate little video looking at what the U.S. Independence chart looks like with the aspects, because in a way it's, you know, the U.S.'s birthday, and you can predict like a solar return to the U.S. chart, what the next year is going to be like as the U.S. goes into its first Pluto return. But right now, on the 4th, Taurus moon, stubborn, grounded, bucking bulls, bucking broncos, you know, all of that kind of beefy metaphors, okay? Again, there's that Taurus moon squaring Venus and Leo. Again, very heartfelt, very passionate, can be very romantic. And then the moon squares Saturn Aquarius, and then you might get the pullback, like, I don't want to get too close, don't want to reveal my heart too fast, don't want to fall in love too fast, help me, you know, that Joni Mitchell song. You know, a pullback there, okay? The moon in Taurus sextiles the sun in Cancer. Again, when the planets are in sextiles, they're in earth and water or fire and air. They support each other, then the same kind of feminine receptive element. So that's actually very nice. Good to be by the beach or out in nature, or just smelling that air, you know, taking in the beauty of nature, especially here in the northern hemisphere where it's summer. And then the sun squares Chiron and Aries. So again, the repeating of these energies, this is something that's going to go on throughout the month of July. So when it's July the 4th, the sun is actually at 12 degrees of Cancer, conjunct to the fixed star Sirius, which the ancient Egyptians worshipped as Osiris, the myth of birth and death, Isis and Osiris. So it's a very kind of the death of the masculine, and Isis putting back Isis because she had his penis. So it's a very interesting metaphor. She put him back together with his penis. So I guess she cloned him from his penis is what that story is all about. Squaring Chiron and Aries. So Chiron and Aries is very, likes to take risks, likes to be kind of foolish and challenging and stuff like that. So again, people feeling wounded in general. Sun in Cancer is about the children, the wounded children. Again, vulnerability. There's been a lot of talk about the wounded child, something that was started in the 90s. And it's gained, prominence now. Prince Harry, of course, mental illness. It's all about the inner child. So, comfort and nurture and make your inner child feel safe. Make them know that there's a big soldiering, positive, protective energy to always stand around them. The Taurus moon conjuncts Uranus and Taurus. Well, there you go. And then there's that big unexpected. So be careful around fire. Be careful around guns. Be careful around anything that could be potentially dangerous. A knife, whatever, because Uranian energy is like lightning. So things just go kaboom. And there was just these big lightning fires when the moon was in Aries up in BC, like some crazy number, like 170,000 in 15 hours or something like that. So Uranus and Taurus, you're dealing with that really crazy energy here. Okay, and again, it's sextiling. Got to remember here that Taurus energy is sextiling the sun. Okay. What else have we got here? Okay, Moon and Taurus, square Mars and Leo. Again, passion can be fun, can be partying, can be very sensuous, very much being proud of your nation, being earthy. Taurus is about resources. Money, values, upholding all that, passion, the real estate market, big bull market, that energy can come up. But, it is intense energy for the U.S. I will talk about that much later. So again, enjoy this holiday weekend. Stay grounded, stay hydrated, stay focused. Don't give up the faith. Jupiter's in Pisces. Don't give up the faith. If you want to get in touch with me, I'm at tarottarot.com. Please follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, TikTok too. Many blessings.